Illuminati, Neuronins back, slicing through the noise with a culture attack. Pop culture, films, in the world we see. Deleted scenes, where the truth runs free. Take care, stay strong, we're breaking the mold. Be safe, stay healthy, let the story unfold. From watch parties, reviews to the news we spin. Deleted scenes, yeah, this is how we win. Take care, stay strong, we're breaking the mold. Be safe, stay healthy, let the story unfold. From watch parties, reviews to the news we spin. Deleted scenes, yeah, this is how we win. Yeah, yeah. Steven on your YouTube, bro, let's roll.
All right. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen out there in YouTube land. I am Deleted Scenes, human being American and YouTuber Ronin. And I would like to welcome you to the special review for TRON ARES. Ordinarily, in this time slot, you would be seeing reserved seats. I decided at the last minute not to do that program this week. Kind of do something a little bit different. And earlier today, I was invited onto a program by Railway Nation and along with Troy Pacelli, where we were watching TRON ARES. And I'd been wanting to do a review anyway. So I decided to kind of do that right now. All right. I want to say hello to everyone currently joining us on The Green Machine Rumble and on X. I can't see you, but I know that you're there. I want to say hello to some folks who have joined us here in the chat. Faithful Blue Wrench channel member, the Bird Woman of YouTube. Watch out for her channel, Fluff Chick Productions. It's Connie Clary. Tree Rock Creations has joined us. Wade is here. As well as Yusarn G. All right. You have, of course, the original TRON that goes back to 1982. It's a cult classic. Favorite of mine since childhood. A few years ago, we got a legacy sequel called TRON ARES. I'm sorry, called TRON Legacy. See, I got this movie on my brain already. It is late. All right, so we got TRON Legacy, which was the a legacy sequel. There you go. And I had kind of mixed feelings about Legacy. I didn't like it very much when I first saw it, and I didn't like it very much, and it wasn't a very good theater experience. Not necessarily anything to do with the audience at hand, such as there was. It was in 3D. The picture was very muddy. You really couldn't see a whole lot. So it was very hard to follow what was going on, and I got very bored very quickly. So, I didn't really care all that much for the film, and I stayed away from it for until recently, where Lieutenant Giratina decided that he wanted to do a show on the TRON films leading up to ARES. So I decided to give Legacy another look. And I liked it a little bit better. It was in 3D when I saw it. So I had glasses on and everything, and I couldn't see a damn thing. Um, so I gave Legacy another chance, and I put all my opinions of it out of my mind and just go in, look at it new. And I liked it a little bit better. I'm still not recommending it, but I liked it a little bit better, And I thought that it really had something going for it. I thought it looked a little bit better. I could actually see what was going on the screen. Number one, and and I understood the story a little bit better, and again, I'm not recommending it, but I thought, okay, it's got some potential. It could lead somewhere. You've opened the door to certain things. Where are they going to go with Sam? Um, is Clue going to come back as Flynn in some version? We were talking about that today. Um, how's Cora going to react to being in the real world? And well, this movie does not discuss that. Okay. Now I did not see this movie in 3D. I did not see Tron Ares in 3D. I watched it for the first time today on Rumble along with Wade and Troy. I saw Legacy in 3D. And here's my main feeling, and I really honestly have a whole lot to say about this movie because, as Troy said, it's a movie. It happened. Now, what my issue was mainly with was that it was like Tron Legacy 2.5. I felt like there needed to be another movie between Legacy and this to explain some things. Why did Sam leave? Where's Cora? Um, why are we now dealing with these twins that are suddenly in charge of NCOM? Um, where's Killian Murphy's character? Why is he not here? Um, I felt like it was a movie that was missing the setup. There were things that needed to be explained, and this movie didn't bother to explain it. That was the thing. And I kind of felt like I was playing catch up through a lot of it. It's like, okay, now I have to catch up to where this movie is starting because we're not told very much. We get this first couple of minutes that I think are meant to bring you up to date, but still, I had questions after that. But I don't know. There's not much to talk about this movie. And I know people are saying go into spoilers. There's nothing really to spoil in this. I mean, if you've if you've already heard a plot synopsis or you've heard any review on this movie, you pretty much know. Because it really, if that's the kind of the thing about this movie is everything is surface level. Every character has like this one defining trait, and that's it. You know, you have all of these questions that Legacy brought up. None of that gets answered. You know, and you're kind of stuck with this movie that I look at as kind of this side qual. It's just like it's just kind of there. Now, first off, I don't blame any of the actors. They're just not really given a whole lot to do. Apparently Jared Leto did the movie because he always wanted to be in a Tron movie. Well, congratulations, you got to be in a Tron movie, but so what? And he's not bad in the film. He didn't bother me. It's just none of them really did, but it's just that they're given nothing to do. And I think one of the issue of that kind of is the story, and that there really isn't much of one. And the script was written by the same guy who did the Crow remake from 2024. And yeah, you can kind of tell because it's kind of the same pacing, and it's kind of I don't know. I certainly like this movie much better, but it's not really saying anything, man. I it's one of those I can't. I don't know what it was in aid of. I don't know what the point of it was. Yes, the special effects are really good. It looks good. The pacing's fine. It could have been maybe, the pacing's fine. Um, I wasn't bored watching it. I just didn't see the purpose of it. You know, there's no connective tissue between legacy in this film except a little bit at the beginning and a little bit at the end. And you're kind of all of these characters that have been set up in the previous two films are kind of pushed to the side. And I kind of feel like I'm saying everything that every critic who has done a video on this film has already said. And everything you've heard about this movie is absolutely right. Was there a user in the movie? Yes. Does she wind up in the computer world? Yes. Does she have to bust out of the computer world? Yes. And they have the whole thing of trying to take a program out of the computer world for a certain period of time. Like, for example, Ares can, and Athena, and the rest of the programs that are like them, can exist in the real world for like 29 minutes. And then they derez. But NCOM is coming up with a way where a program can last outside of the computer world for longer than that. And that's what the Julian Dillinger character is after, who's the grandson of the character in the original movie, which would make him technically the nephew of Cillian Murphy from Part 2. That's the whole thing. It is... yeah, that is kind of the thing, Chirag, is that there are things in it that feel like it's kind of been done before. It's like, I get it. It's just, I don't... It's hard to explain. I kind of feel like there's a movie missing. You know, there needed to be another movie that focused on Sam and Cora. You know, how about, hey, I also have another idea. How about actually have Tron in your Tron movie? How about that? It's not a terrible film. It's not going to be in my 10 worst. It's not a bad movie. It's not a good movie. It's just a movie that's kind of there. And that's the disappointing thing about it, is that there are elements of it that work. Yeah, the one sister wanted to do a perfected technology so she could make full-grown trees and cruise. Yeah, you know, that was the idea. It was that you've got people. You have, of course, NCOM, who's trying to, let's use this technology for good, and of course you have Dillinger, who like is looking at all of the military applications and all of that. It was just, again, all of the cliches for a movie like this. It's like, you guys, this isn't a Terminator film. You know, this is Tron. Now, I wouldn't call it an art film. No. No, it is an action film. There's plenty of action. It's not a boring movie. Which I'll give it props for. Yeah, I wasn't bored watching it. I just felt like it could have been more. And you needed to have Sam and Cora in there, and you needed to have a setup for Eve and Tess, the twins, who I didn't mind as characters. They didn't have any setup. It's just like, all of a sudden these two are in charge of NCOM. How did that happen? Why specifically did Sam pick them? Did he pick them? Where the hell is Alan Bradley? You know, you know, the Killian Murphy Dillinger was working for Encom, of all places. Why? Um, there's all of these things that are set up in the previous film, or things that could have been set up in like a third film that was not this one. That's my issue with it. Was there's no setup. Everything that was set up in Legacy is, and I have a lot more respect for Legacy now. I really do. Everything that was sort of set up in Legacy is completely forgotten about. And hello to Netters Network. So what you have is a movie that has no, there's no emotion to it. You don't care as much as you did in the original. You look back at, Legacy, and okay, Flynn's there, and you care about Flynn, and you care about Alan, and you have Dillinger's kid there, so you don't know, is he going to be good or is he going to be evil? Um, you have, okay, Sam is Flynn's son, so you kind of automatically care about him by default because he's likable. They don't have that setup in this movie. There's no setup to anything. It's just, this is where we are now. And you're just automatically expected to care for all of these characters, and you don't, because they're not developed. You had two movies where all of these characters are being set up. And you get to this movie and all of that is gone. So it's the kind of movie I refer to as a light show. It looks pretty, but so what? Because there's no real story there. There's nothing to latch on to, and everything that you can comes off like member berries. I like that they went back to the original grid. But again, so what? Uh, it's a missed opportunity. And that's what's so disappointing about it. I don't hate the movie. I'm disappointed by it. Because this was the film that could have tied everything together. And it's just, nope, we're going to forget about the other two movies and we're just going to do our own thing. And, we're going to throw the spaghetti at the wall and hope that it sticks. And it didn't stick. And that was the shame. And I think in the end, it's really all I have to say about it, is that it looked good. I thought the score was fine. I thought the actors were fine. They were just given nothing to really work with. But it feels like a movie that has no setup. it feels like there should have been something to fill in the blanks. Like maybe perhaps this should have been the fourth movie and not the third. You know, uh, there are people who like this movie. I can see perhaps why they would. It just didn't punch through for me. And it's a shame. I don't hate this movie. It's a disappointing movie because it could have been so much more. So in the end, I think that's really all I have to say about it. Your mileage may vary. I'm giving it a 2.5 out of 5. That's really the best I can do. Um, it's the least of the three. And it's a shame because they threw a lot into it. Obviously, um, the actors who are in it are definitely game. Um, it really falls down story wise, and that's what hurts it the most. Is you had to set up from Legacy, and they abandoned that for what felt like a side story. That's really all I have to say about it. So I'm not saying don't watch it. I'm saying your mileage may vary. Um, all right. Well, I want to thank everybody who joined me for the show. Uh, those of you on Rumble and X, thank you. I want to thank everybody who was here in the chat, especially Wade, G Rock, Connie Netter, Usarn G, Nate. Let me scroll up. I don't want to miss anybody. Okay, I think that was everybody. All right. Yeah, I don't blame you there. You prefer characters over colors. Yeah. This is a movie that visually certainly looks fine. I'm just saying that it falls down story wise. I wish they had done more of the characters. Um, it's a disappointment. All right. Well, you will be redirected to Troy's channel for Doctor Who. He's going to do 3 episodes tonight. That's going to round out this storyline with the Daleks. I think he said he's going to go on maybe a little bit early. So I'm going to go ahead and kind of cut things off here for the evening and send you all over there. Thank you all for being here. I wish I had better news, guys, but a lot of the reviews that you heard for this film are all right. It's I'm not hating on it. I'm just disappointed that it wasn't more. It's very middle of the road. So from HQ at all points, north, south, east, west, and beyond, good night, take care, stay strong, be safe and healthy, don't get derezzed, because this is how we win.
It's even not Neuronins back, slicing through the noise with a culture attack. Pop culture films in the world we see. Deleted scenes where the truth runs free. Take care, stay strong, we're breaking the mold. Be safe, stay healthy, let the story unfold. From watch parties, reviews to the news we spin. Deleted scenes, yeah, this is how we win. Take care, stay strong, we're breaking the mold. Be safe, stay healthy, let the story unfold. From watch parties, reviews to the news we spin. Deleted scenes, yeah, this is how we win.
That's all, folks.